Hello and welcome, everyone. Today, Laura and I are going to chat all about getting your glow on. And this has to do with not only skincare, but your cells and how when your cells are activated, communicating, and glowing, you feel better not only in your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health. It's really improved my life a ton. So, what better time to talk about this and introduce these beautiful products into your life if you're interested than when we're starting practices in the new year? So, welcome, Laura. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me. It's fun to be here.
So Laura has been my very, very good friend for a very long time. We love to help people and empower people to feel their best and thrive in life. And it's an honor to be here. You introduced me to these products a few years ago. Well, you introduced me before, but I didn't have a health challenge. And so I will say I thank you so much for that breakfast. When you put the gel on my hands, I was experiencing inflammation in my body and I was needing to wear braces on my wrists when I slept. And I was really struggling silently, to be honest with you, because I'm sort of a person that isn't always asking for help. And so I was throwing my bag of tricks at it, meditation, all of my health practices, and I wasn't healing. So introducing this technology into my world is what changed everything for me. So I will be so grateful for you for the rest of my life because it really truly has changed a lot of things in my life. So why don't we share a little bit about your story and because it's really remarkable.
Okay. Um, Back in 2016, I had a number of health challenges, and basically, it seemed like every day my routine was get up, get the kids off to school, and then go on a quest to find someone like you, someone who could help me heal, help me feel better. What I wanted the most was just to be the best mom that I could be. I wanted to be an active participant in whatever my kids were doing. I didn't want to be on the sidelines. I wanted to be the one playing with them and giving them the piggyback rides, not just watching. So, um, gosh, every day there was something. So Tuesdays was acupuncture day, and Wednesdays was cranial sacral day and foot reflexology, and then Friday was a double session with chiropractors. And I was just always seeing doctors. And one wonderful doctor said, "I've got this stuff. I don't like how it tastes. It's about to expire, and I don't know if it works, but something's telling me that you might want to give it a try." And I'm like, well, all right. I was game for anything. It was this. And so basically what this is, it's a replication of something that's already in your body. It's already in your cells. Your mitochondria are making it every single moment of the day. And it helps your cells work better and heal faster. And every health challenge involves a cell. So I immediately felt something. Not everybody feels something right away, but I definitely did. And I had more energy and I slept better. And most importantly to me, I thought I could play with my kids more. That was exciting. But then really extra wonderful things started happening. 1 month into having the product, I didn't have a problem being sensitive to different foods or anything that would cause my nose to run or eyes to itch or close up my throat. The thing that I was the most sensitive to was chocolate. And that not only impacted me, but it impacted the community. So my family couldn't eat it. Just the smell of it would close up my throat. And I was PTA president. And one time I walked into the school and my throat closed up. And the principal said, well, that's it. There's a ban on chocolate. It was entirely my fault that 300 kids could not have chocolate on weekdays from 9 to 3. And I was PTA president for a number of years. So it was like a whole era where my whole town, they knew about me, couldn't have what they wanted to eat. And there were a couple of really nice restaurant managers who were like, hey, you can still come into our restaurant. We just won't serve any chocolate when you're here. And I would just see the disappointing looks that people would have when they would want to go order their favorite dessert. And then like the waiter would just shake his head, point over to me across the restaurant, and then everybody would look so sad. And so anyway, that went away after having 1 month of this. And I realized it because I was in Walmart. It was Easter time, and I had to be vigilant and I had to stay away from the candy section, like at least by 3 aisles, because you could sort of smell the chocolate through the wrappers. And they tricked me. They had these chocolate Easter bunnies out and about in the different aisles. And all of a sudden, I'm face to face with this stack of chocolate bunnies and I'm confused. And I'm like, what's going on here? My face, it's not polka dotted. My tongue isn't swollen and I'm breathing.
Mm.
I needed to process that for a few minutes. And I leaned over, I smelled the bunny and I was okay. And that was the first time I ever bought chocolate for my kids. And then we all got a little bit fat because we'd go out to restaurants and I was trying to make up for lost time. And I'd be like, get every single dessert on the menu. Let's have all 7 desserts. So that was wonderful. And then things got even better. 2 months into having this product, I went to the hospital. I had to go to the hospital every 3 months for a 9-year period because I was dealing with a health challenge. And, we have to be compliant. We say this is not a treatment. This is not a cure. So we don't name any particular challenges, but I can describe it to you and you could probably figure out what it was. I would get these spots all over my body where they were moles that had irregular shapes. They were multicolored. They were big. They were scary. They were dangerous. And every 3 months, I would go to the hospital and they would just remove very big chunks of my body because they had to get the margins. They had to go wide. They had to go deep. And that was just my reality. Every 3 months for 9 years, I would go in, again, just trying to be proactive and stay ahead of that. And I went in thinking, okay, it's time for surgery. And they couldn't find anything to biopsy. They even called in a doctor from the hallway. They're like, there's got to be something on her. We need another set of eyeballs. And I've been good ever since. And all of my health challenges, everything. My plan when I was little was I was going to be a veterinarian. And then that had to change that path because I couldn't be around cats without having some sort of reaction. Well, now there's 3 cats in our household. And anyway, so that's wonderful. That's basically most of my story. I've got so many little testimonies, but those are the 2 big ones. And just to explain what this stuff is, so I explained like this is better than all natural. Natural is like blueberries and lemons. This is native to your cells. It belongs in your body. As you get older, you're making less and less and less of it. So fundamental in the healing process. And that explains why older people in general have more health challenges or take longer to recover. And it works in a few ways. It helps your cells communicate better. So it amplifies and clarifies signals between and within your cells. They're just talking to each other better. And that way, kind of wakes up the inner doctor in your cells and makes them kind of go like, oh, there's a problem we have to take care of. Also, it will boost your antioxidants. Our immune systems get so fortified. We don't have to have fear as our companion and be like on the lookout for germs and stuff. I tell people I haven't bought Kleenex since 2016. But we just had a study come out, and gets a little nerdy, but it affects the NRF2 pathway that will then increase your glutathione and the efficacy of superoxide dismutase. So really important antioxidants. Your immune system is going to be stronger. And then what's exciting to me is it turns on genes for your cardiac system, immune system, inflammatory system, digestive system, and your hormone modulation. So it just empowers all of that to work better. And again, we're not making any claims that this is a treatment in any way, but without a doubt, it helps your cells work better. And every health challenge involves cells.
Yeah. And it's been an honor to witness all of the amazing stories and experiences that people have had. So I am so grateful that for you sharing your story, because I think sometimes people need to hear like, this is possible, like there is another option if you're open. And I definitely was very grateful that you just being my friend, took the tube. I don't know where my tube is, and just grabbed my hands and you just said, okay, we're going to try this. And you just put it on me. And after a few days, I felt better and I didn't have to wear the braces anymore. So I also had an experience with my foot. There was a lot of pain, had a hard time walking. That was like 9 months. There was an issue with some toxicity from a tattoo that was like inflaming that foot, really crazy. After a month, that went away. So now I'm happy as a clam, skiing more than ever, hiking more than ever, loving life. Thank you. Thank you. So Laura, do you want to talk about the skincare a little bit? Because right now, We also have skincare. I totally love it. My face is a little sensitive, so I often have a hard time finding great stuff for my face. And it is on sale for 40% off right now. So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit if you don't mind?
Okay. Yeah. I love the skincare system. And basically, once I started it, pretty much stopped wearing makeup. I just love, love, love it. So your skin, it plays such an important role in your survival. It serves as a barrier for dehydration and ultraviolet light and environmental toxins. If you think of the surface area, it's the biggest organ that we have. So it's really important to take care of it. And our skincare system, dun, 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 um, it's very clean. We have a no thank you list with this. There's no fragrance, there's no GMOs, there's no gluten. It's cruelty free. And so anything that's in here, it's in here for the specific reason of helping your skin be healthy. And you can, well, I should say there's no redox signaling molecules in these, but they work synergistically with the redox signaling molecules that you'll find in the gel. This gel, it's topical, heals you from the outside in. It's a more concentrated version of the drink, which heals you from the inside out on a more systemic level. So we don't have redox signaling molecules in this, but we say that the ingredients in here are powered by redox. And what that means is the ingredients in here, they had to sort of check off these certain boxes. So ingredients in these products, they're involved with gene regulation and making that better. And cytoprotection. Cyto is a fancy word for cell, so cell protection. And it helps your cells adjust and recover and adapt. It just, maintaining the integrity of your skin cells. And I should say, hard to hold all these up, but there's different sizes and different colors. The darker it is and the shorter the container, the more powered by redox it is. And so let me just quickly talk about the different things. This one's the cleanser. Love the cleanser. It kind of comes out like whipped cream. It feels so good. And I'll just explain a couple of the, now what? Um, a couple ingredients in each of the things. So the cleanser, it's got beetroot extract in it. That delivers long-lasting hydration, and then also it's got oat kernel extract in it. And so that's very soothing. And when my kids were itty bitty, if they had any kind of skin condition that was causing them discomfort or itchiness, I'd plunk them in a bathtub with some oatmeal and they would feel so much better. So this has oat kernel extract in it. And then after you cleanse your face, that's a perfect time to put on some of the Renew 28, or there's another one. I don't have it here because I used it all
Yeah,
up, but it's my
intensive
favorite.
serum. I know
Intensive
it's so
serum.
good.
Um, yeah, and so that's the redox signaling molecules that help your cells work better and
Turn
heal
back
fast.
time, right? Returning back the time because they're communicating again, right? So if you just put the two and two together, I just want to like dot these I's. When we're young, we have the ability to do this.
Mhm.
As we age, we lose the ability. It explains why old people don't heal as well and younger people do. So if we are reestablishing this cellular communication and replenishing this, it's like we're turning back time.
I
Go ahead.
love the word the replenishment. So this, it says on the bottle, it says a supplement. It's not the most accurate term. A supplement is something that you take that you don't, that your body doesn't naturally make. And then, the idea is that it would help you. This is a bio replenishment. This is something that you're already making. You just need more of it as you get older. And an explanation of like how Beth was saying, it's anti-aging. If you think of your DNA, it's exactly the same as it was when you were little or even a fetus. But as you get older, it's kind of like you might need glasses when you get older. Same thing with your cells. They're not going to interpret the information from other cells and signals as well as they used to. And if you think of the DNA kind of like the 26 letters of the alphabet, what if you can't see the letters T or R or E? It's kind of like your cells are playing the game of Wheel of Fortune, where they're just trying to directions be like, I think this is what I'm supposed to do. But you clear up that communication, you amplify and clarify those signals, then they're like, oh, oh, this is how I'm supposed to do. So, gray hair goes away. All these wonderful anti-aging things happen. But let's continue. Okay. So then there's the toner. I love the toner. If you have red blotches, or if your skin is kind of flaky, or if you've got big pores, you're going to really love this. Um, there's a couple of ingredients I love in it. There's Edelweiss,
Yeah.
and that is going to soothe your skin and help with sensitivity. It's also full of probiotics, and most people think of probiotics as being in your gut, but you have a biome on your skin too. So the toner is awesome. And then we have the glow serum. You see how it's getting darker and darker each time. It's more powered by Redox. This has chamomile in it. It's very soothing. It also has hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid, it's something that your body naturally makes, but it's kind of one of those things where more is better. And it's incredibly hydrating. Uh, if you have one molecule of hyaluronic acid, that can hold 1,000 times its weight in water. So lots and lots of moisture. If you think of the difference between a raisin and a grape, it's moisture. So good stuff. And then you follow it up with the moisturizer, and this has some lovely ingredients in it as well. It's got sea fennel. This is going to strengthen your skin. It's going to help get rid of the wrinkles. It's going to make it more elastic so it's not so saggy. It's got more probiotics. It's got vitamin C and some other antioxidants. It has more hyaluronic acid in it. And then there's a really fun one. I wrote it down. Niacinamide. This is a multifunctional skincare superstar that's known to aid in your cells' communication. And something that's really clever about it is just the jar itself. You don't want to have a moisturizer where you stick your finger in, and because you might be having bacteria or some kind of germs on your hand, you don't want that in your moisturizer. All you have to do is you push, boop, the moisturizer comes out,
Love it.
and it's just brilliant.
So cool.
So that is the skincare system. Today is January 10th, 2024. And for the rest of this month, these are on sale. So stock up if you feel like it. I
I
am.
I love it. I love it. I know, me too. I love it so much. Thank you, Laura. You're so awesome. And so this has been wonderful. It's all about getting your glow on. This is this idea of like not only in our outer skin, but how this technology empowers our inner being and increases serotonin. It turns on the circadian rhythm, hormone modulation, immune function, our inflammatory response, all these amazing things in our experience, right? So when we're feeling at our best, we are glowing from the inside out. It has been such a pleasure. Thank you for taking time to be with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Okay. Bye, everybody.